Hello, hello, my beautiful, sensitive people. It is I, Whimsy, with Whimsy's Tarot. I'm here at my offices, but I decided to share what last night's meditation was. And then after that, I will throw a couple of cards here at the offices. So the first thing that I focused on last night during my meditation was Judge Alexander Acosta. A lot of people had asked about him. He is the judge who sentenced Jeffrey Epstein to 18 months in prison, and it was a sweetheart deal. For those people who don't know, Jeffrey Epstein is a billionaire pedophile. He is close friends of the Clintons. He was close friends of Donald Trump. The lawyer, Alan Dershowitz, also spent time hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, as did Prince Andrew. So basically what Judge Acosta did is he agreed not to investigate any other people that might have been hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. His co-conspirators basically got off, so we don't even know who they were. And I believe that Jeffrey Epstein got 18 months and he was allowed to leave the Florida, I think it was in Florida he served. He could leave and he could go to work and then come back at night and sleep at the jail. So he got a great deal. And now it's been found that Judge Alexander Acosta broke the law, that the victims had the right to know about the sentence and to object or to make a statement, and they were denied that right. So I did a meditation to just find out what would happen to Judge Alexander Acosta going forward, what the most likely outcome would be. If we could go forward 5 to 10 years, what will be his outcome? And it looks like some type of loss of judgeship. So it looks like he will no longer be able to be called a judge. They will strip him of that. Excuse me. And furthermore, as a result of that, he will probably also lose his job as transportation secretary, which is the position he currently holds with the Trump administration. So he's probably going to lose his job. He'll probably lose his judgeship. And he's also facing possible disbarment. Disbarment is a real possibility that I saw also with the cards. Now, as a consequence of losing his judgeship, facing disbarment, etc., we're also going to possibly see a lot of lawsuits with Alexander Acosta. And this is because anybody who was convicted or went before him in court could theoretically now be retried. They can request another trial as a result of the fact that that this judge, if it's deemed that he was acting illegally, theoretically we're looking at tons and tons and tons of lawsuits going forward regarding this person. And that in turn, when I went forward with this meditation, I saw poverty. So we're talking about somebody who's going to probably lose his job, lose his judgeship, facing disbarment, facing legal trouble, lawsuits, future lawsuits in Florida from anybody who was convicted in his courtroom, and poverty. At that point, there's two choices that Judge Alexander Acosta has going forward. Either number one, there's going to be contrition. If he goes the contrition route in the next couple of years, writes a book and becomes a victim's rights advocate, he could theoretically pull himself out of the impending spiraling doom that is facing him. But he's in a lot of trouble. The best possible outcome for him at this point would be contrition, and there's possibly in his future he could become more educated, more involved with victims' rights, and theoretically write a book about the process. That's 5-10 years from now, after he gets through all the lawsuits, etc. If he emerges educated, if he emerges with contrition, if he emerges as a victim's right advocate, then his book theoretically would help him earn back all the money he's going to be losing in lawsuits. So that is basically Judge Alexander Acosta's future over the next 10 years in the best case scenario. In the worst case scenario, it's poverty and no contrition, and that won't go well for him either. So that was me looking at the future of Judge Alexander Acosta based on last night's meditation. The second meditation I did was on Roger Stone, just to see where he was at right now and what the most likely outcome for him will be in the next 10 years. And the answer I got back on Roger Stone was that he is genuinely scared. Remember 2 weeks ago I had done a meditation on him, and it's felt different, like he was starting to get scared. He was no longer treating it like it was theater. What basically came out and what I was able to pick up was that he was trying to rile his base up by creating fake conspiracy theories. And the purpose of the conspiracy theories was, number one, to discredit the judge, and number two, he was desperate to raise money for his defense, and he thought that by creating fake conspiracy theories, he could use it as a marketing ploy to raise money for his defense. Sounds crazy, but that's what it looked like when I went into the energy. I think he's very desperate, and I think at this point, the games are going to end, and I think he's going to flip, and I think he's going to have to accept the fact that his situation is extremely serious. I think he will serve time. I think there is going to be some contrition there. I think a book is going to come out, and I think a movie is going to come out about Roger Stone, both of which he will probably sign off on. So that's the future of Roger Stone. Neither Judge Alexander Acosta or Roger Stone is in a good situation, and both of them are headed in the same direction: contrition, books, etc., because they desperately need to raise money. But I mean, the great irony is that Roger Stone is probably further along in the process than the judge is in terms of contrition, because he's really scared. All right, so I'm just going to throw some cards really quickly here at the office. I'm just going to do one card on the future of Judge Alexander Acosta. Inverted Emperor. So I think, yeah, loss of judgeship, definitely. This is loss of one's position as the emperor. The emperor is the judge, sits in the judgeship. Emperor is healthy male energy or authority, and we see it inverted. I think it's very likely that Acosta is going to lose his judgeship. So future for Roger Stone. Why do I just feel like Roger Stone's going to survive? All right, one card for Roger Stone. Temperamental lady, the temperamental lady. Stubborn, spoiled, temperamental. He will never change, but I have a feeling he is going to come out of this once everything comes out in the wash. All right, so that was just a quick video about last night's remote viewing on those two men, and 2 quick cards. Sorry I couldn't do more. I'm at work today. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.